I hope you're well. Well, let me start by introducing myself. I'm Mukisa Erica, aka Mama Maisha or Mama Zion. I just want to take this opportunity to welcome you on my channel. And before we dive into what has brought me here, I just want to encourage you to like, subscribe, comment, share. Let us grow together. On this platform, we'll be talking about so many things, but mostly testimonies, what the Lord has done for you. For me, I just thank God for the gift of life. I thank God for taking me through this year, for providing. I thank Him for protecting me. And above all, from 2020 to 2022, I just thank God for enabling me to become a parent. And I want to encourage you, if you're trusting God for children, I've received messages from people. Someone texted me and she told me, Erica, please pray for me. I want to have a child. I've been trusting God for 9 years and nothing has come through. I don't have a child. My marriage is falling apart. I don't have a child. I just want to encourage you, to tell you that God is faithful. At the right time, everything will come out beautifully. Don't rely so much on what the doctors say, because doctors will tell you things depending on the situation around. You know, like if they check and they find that you have fibroids, they'll tell you have fibroids, and with fibroids it's difficult to have children. Or they'll tell you things depending on their own understanding. But I just want to encourage you to trust God. At the right time, everything will come out perfectly well. You know, I met my husband in 2015, and by then we did not have resources to officiate our relationship, because from the word go, I knew he was my husband, and he knew I was his wife. You know, he told me, marry me and let us serve God together. That was in 2015. And according to our plan, our wedding was supposed to take place the following month, because we met in December. So we were looking at having our wedding in January or Feb of 2016, because he wanted to have it on his birthday. He was born in February. So the resources, or every avenue that he was expecting to get money from, was shut. And we ended up having our wedding in 2019. So if you're trusting God for a marriage and things are not working out, don't give up. We kept on praying together. My husband was in Kenya, I was in Uganda. People were talking so much. He lied to you. He's not serious. Give up. Move on with your life. Don't be tied to a man's promises. He can end up looking at somebody else. All those comments came, and I heard, but I knew what I wanted, and I was patient, and I was trusting on the promises of God. And by the grace of God, in 2019, we took a bold step. We just announced the dates. We did not have the resources yet. We announced and we said we are getting married on the 16th of February by faith in 2019. And we also did a traditional marriage by faith. We had no resources. Remember, my husband was a secular artist and he quit secular music, and now he was not getting any invitations. He was not getting any promotions. He was not getting, all his friends had moved away from him. The same experience, the same things you see Kanye West experiencing is what my husband went through. His bank accounts frozen. He did not have the money that he used to have. He did not have the friends that he used to have. He did not have the connections that he used to have, but he had Jesus. And when you have Jesus in your life, no matter what the enemy does, you will come out victoriously. And the traditional marriage was successful. One thing led to the other. We had a wedding, and now after the wedding, people are never satisfied. If you move by the standards of this world, you'll be on pressure. your life will be on pressure. Immediately after the wedding, people don't know what we are going through. We had wedding meetings, nobody showed up. No one showed up. But it was me, my husband, and God. We would pray and allow God to take us through the meeting. My husband sometimes would be the secretary, sometimes I would be the secretary. And I remember we used to talk about what color do you want your wedding to have, what kind of cake. And I had everything. I had organized my life, because life is spiritual. You have to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, the world will decide for you what they want for you. And normally what the world wants for you is not what is best for you. So you have to have a plan, and you have to allow God work with you in your plan. So I knew very well that I wanted to have pink on my wedding. And my husband mentioned that he wanted blue on his wedding. And we started now window shopping. I knew the gown that I wanted because I had already seen it. I used to go to those wedding stores myself without anybody. Before even my husband proposed to me, I would go window shopping and I would look at different wedding dresses and I would picture myself in those wedding dresses. And I would say one time I'll come back for this wedding dress. And trust me, when we started our wedding plans, I already had in mind the kind of wedding dress that I wanted, the kind of wedding cake that I needed, the kind of decoration that I wanted. It was all set up in my mind. And on my wedding day, I did not have the resources, but God did the wedding the same way I had visioned it. So don't limit your vision because of your resources. Don't let the money decide what your destiny will be. Have big dreams. Think beyond the basket. Think beyond the environment you're living in. You might be staying in a slum, but have a plan, a mansion for your house. Like, draw that plan. Focus on what you want to see your future look like. I have a plan for the kind of house that I want. I already told my husband, I don't picture myself building a small house. I've never seen myself building a small house. I don't care what my neighborhood states. I don't care what kind of family I'm coming from. I don't care what people think about me, but I have never dreamt small. And when you have those kinds of dreams, be careful the kind of people you share your dreams and visions with, because there are people who the enemy assigns in someone's life to destroy them. Like Joseph, he shared his dream with his brothers, and as soon as he shared that dream with his brothers, they decided to plot on how they can fail him, frustrate his plans, destroy that dream. Let us kill him and see if the dream will come to pass. I've also had those same experiences. My relatives fighting my wedding, my relatives fighting everything that I'm doing. In fact, I don't have relatives. The only person I call relative is my little brother Evans, and my mother and my father, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes you have to get away from some people in order to make it in life. Yes, they may be tied to you by blood, or maybe you grew up together, but if they do not carry the same vision as you do, they'll end up being the hindrance, the obstacle, the agents that the enemy uses to frustrate all your plans, to destroy you. So you have to be mindful. I'm not saying that you hate people, no, but when you're choosing the people that you want in your life, you have to be very careful, because life is spiritual. We always tell you that don't just live a life of, oh, let me just live it like this, or let me just. I've had situations where my relatives are plotting evil for me, and you're like, wow, I thought we were cousins. Why would my cousin wish this to happen to me? You know, people are people. And as long as a person's life is not upright with God, the enemy can use them at any time. He can use them against you. So I just want to encourage you to have a vision, to select the kind of people that you interact with, the people that you allow in your circles. Me, the people that are so close to me are not related to me biologically, but spiritually. We are connected. They are born again, and they are people who I call destiny helpers. They have stood with me. I share with them my vision, and they buy it and they support. Even if they cannot support financially, they encourage me. Even if they cannot encourage me, they pray for me, and I feel at peace. You know, it simplifies my work. Other than trying to explain yourself to 1,000 people because you're biologically related, you're even better off with 2 friends. Even if it is 1 friend that believes in you, they believe that you can make it, they believe that God is on your side, they believe that you have that potential. It's better to be with that 1 friend than to have 100 people around you who don't believe in you, who don't see any value in you. It's better to stick to this 1 person that sees value in you. So with those few people that saw value in our relationship, my relationship with my husband, we managed to have a wedding. We managed to have a traditional marriage. My husband paid all the dowry that he was supposed to pay. We had a colorful wedding, the way I had it in mind, that visionary wedding. I changed twice, in the same dresses that I had downloaded in my phone, the same wedding dresses. The group of girls that I was matching with changed. They were beautiful. We wore blue and pink, and everything came out the same. And let me surprise you, friends, I did not order for any wedding cake, but when I entered the wedding reception, the cake that someone blessed me with was exactly the same cake that I had downloaded on my phone. The same design, the same everything. And I give all the glory and honor to God. And with all that, we started life with my husband. It was not that we had everything. We started a humble marriage. We were living humbly, not humble in terms of character. Yes, character may be there, but let me put it in a way that you understand. We were broke. We did not have those resources that a person might have to live a comfortable life. But what we had with my husband was love, trust. We were transparent to each other. We were friends with my husband. And then also we had God. We used to pray together. We used to trust God with my husband. And we still do the same. We have never stopped. And we always encourage each other. He builds my vision. I build his vision. Once he tells me that I am picturing this, I want to do this, I will always encourage him. And every time I tell him I want to do something, he will always encourage me. He will always support me. Well, if it fails, it's not bad to try anyway. It's even worse if you don't try. But if you try and fail, yes, you feel like at least I tried, you feel satisfied. Yeah, so we've supported each other throughout this journey, and we did not have a car, we did not have a living room, we did not even have chairs in our house, we did not even have a bed. We had a mattress and a mattress and some plates and cups. Yes. Yeah, so that's how we started our life with my husband. We used to pray. We would go days fasting, sometimes because we are led to fast, but sometimes because we could not afford to put food on a table. Yeah, that is what I was saying, broke. We were broke. But we served God. Even when we did not afford to buy that food that we wanted to have, and we were invited to places to preach, we would still go. You dress very well in your most expensive clothes, and design very well and go and preach. Nobody will know what you're going through, but God would see the heart. God is a rewarder. God is faithful. So we'll go, you minister. Sometimes God will touch some people to bless you, and they bless you and you come back smiling. Sometimes you come back empty-handed, but God is God. And we have never, with my husband, we have never charged anybody for deliverance. Sometimes we would go to places and minister, and people come back testifying. They are traveling overseas, they got jobs. You feel like I just want to stop praying for them and lay hands on myself also, so that I get a breakthrough. But all that was training. It was a process that we were going through. And that time, as I said, people will always put you on pressure for nothing. So people were like, now that you're married, when are you having kids? And I'm like, I don't want my children to go through what I've been through. I've been through hell. Because when you're poor, you're exposed to so much. So I was like, I'm not going to go under people's pressure. Sometimes, people, you have to be sensitive. The kind of questions you ask, especially you find a lady with a big stomach and you say, are you expecting? Please don't. Maybe the person has fibroids. Maybe the person is sick, and you're asking, and that question is adding pain to the wound. Just be sensitive. The kind of questions you ask people and the kind of comments, you may be crushing someone's spirit. Maybe the person is even barren, and then you're asking if the person is expecting. Sometimes questions like, when are you getting married? Please, 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 please. Let that be that person's business. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't add pain to the wound. Avoid the questions like, when are you having children? No, let them have children when they want to have children. Even if they are married, it's not a must. That maybe they don't want to have children in their marriage, and you're trying to push them to have children. So just allow people to live their lives. Don't be that agent that the enemy will use to add pain to people's pain. The Bible says that blessed are the peacemakers. They will be called children of God. Just be an instrument of peace. Just be an instrument of that encourages people when they are down. Don't be that person who you find me down and then you want to put me down even further. Don't be that person who you look at somebody and say, you've added weight, you're fat. Maybe the person is not even comfortable with their size, body size, and maybe they are fat because of sicknesses. So just be sensitive. The kind of comments you make on people, the kind of statements, the kind of treatment you give people. Be careful, be mindful, because we are our brother's keepers. So, to cut a long story short, God was faithful. My husband had visions. I also had visions. We supported each other. We started small. It grew somewhere. We are not yet there, but at least we are somewhere. And from 2020, I conceived, I miscarried. I cried. It was so painful. And God saw me through. As I was recovering, I realized that I was having body changes, only for me to get good news. I was expecting my Zoe Maisha, and I gave birth in 2021. 2022, God has blessed me with Zion, Tim Victor, Kimani. So I'm now a mom. From 2015, this is 2022. I want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't live your life under pressure for people. Oh, no. It's your life. You're not answerable to anybody. You're only answerable to God. As long as your heart is pure with God, don't be on pressure. People will always put you on pressure. They were asking me, when are you giving birth? When are you getting married? When at the right time? At the right time, everything will happen. At the right time, you get the job. At the right time, you will get that company. At the right time, you will have those children. So let nobody put you on pressure. We'll be inviting many people on our platform to share their testimonies. It doesn't have to be necessarily a testimony from hell like mine, but different experiences, as we testify, we encourage each other. As we testify, we defeat the enemy. As we testify, we grow stronger and stronger and stronger. So now I'm a mother, I'm married, I'm working, and I'm into ministry. That is the most fulfilling thing I have ever done. Serving God. We are having a foundation. It's called World Share Foundation. In this foundation, we are helping the needy. We are supporting those that need our help. So you can just follow us on our website, which is www.worldshare.com or www.lifeisspiritual.org if you want to check out some of the things that we do and be blessed. I hope you've been encouraged. If you have a testimony, just write in the comment section. Let somebody read and somebody be blessed. If you want to share, you can contact those numbers. If you're in Kenya, we can host you. You share your experiences with us. We'll be cooking. We'll do a lot of things together. We'll grow together as Christians. How are we supposed to live? How are we supposed to overcome certain situations? Somebody was asking me, now if we are not supposed to get married to a divorcee, how am I supposed to get a husband? How am I supposed to satisfy my fleshly desires? But who tells you that your fleshly desires are only supposed to be satisfied by a divorcee? We'll talk about different topics. We'll discuss. I'll bring some of these questions on table, and you will answer with me, and we shall grow together. I love you so much. I remain Mama Maisha, aka Mami Zion.